Alright lads, and welcome back to another episode of my Rangers career mode on FIFA 18, and this is episode 13, and we have a few big games in this episode, including an Old Firm. So away to Hearts, we did draw 2-0 in this fixture in a few episodes ago. I think it was episode 3, and yeah, so into this game we play our usual starting 11 as Hearts straight from kick-off on the ball. Berra gets it, plays it up to, I don't even know what to say that name, Smith-Brown, then gets it on the left wing. Suchin Jom is how I think you say. He gives it up to Henderson, he gives it to Ismail, but he loses out, and it comes to Ryan Jack in the middle of the field. He gives it up to Osblees. Osblees holding off his man well and gives it over on the right wing to Edwards. Edwards got time on the right wing, he swings it in on his right foot to Morelos. He goes up for the header and wins it. Free header at the back post and puts us 1-0 up in the 4th minute. And that's a great start, straight from kick-off, won the ball back, and good passing move up the park, and good cross in from Edwards. He actually got fouled in the process, as you'll probably see from the replay. Got played out to him here, and he swung it in with his weak foot. He got absolutely wiped out actually, and Morelos in there with a free header, easy header for him, and we're 1-0 up. But Edwards now on the ball, plays it through to Alexic. He's making a run into the box, gets by his defender, he cuts it across to Morelos, and that is 2-0. And I just thought the sweaty goal was the easy option. I mean, I have nothing wrong with sweaty goals because, I mean, it's a goal, it's an easy goal. If someone done it to me, I wouldn't mind, but, well, I probably would get a bit mad. But anyway, it's career mode, so the computer can't get mad. Unless this is what they call mad, getting a rebound off a post and putting it into the back of the net. Maybe that's their version of mad and they just go ham. So Kyle Lafferty gets a goal there, and it was a bit kind of not fair in a way. He had a shot, hit the post, and it fell straight back to Lafferty. Like, is that going to happen? I don't know, but it's 2-1. Hearts are back in the game in the 30th minute, and it just has to be Kyle Lafferty. He scored like 3 goals against us this season. But as you can see, it was poor defending in the first place. The fact it just fell straight to him, and then he tapped in the rebound. But 34th minute, and Ismail gets it for Hearts, gives it back to Martin, up to Henderson. Henderson turns with it, gives it up to Lafferty, he gives it to Ismail. Ismail back to Lafferty, he gets blocked, comes back to Ismail, he has a shot, and that hits the post. Lee Wallace tries to clear it. Jamie Walker, who have actually signed, blocks the cross, or blocks the clearance. Lee Wallace then gets it away eventually, and Odger now in the ball in the 45th minute, gives it up to Morelos. Morelos almost got it through to Edwards, and if he did, he would have been through, but he didn't, and that is half time, and we go into the break 2-1 up. But straight from kick-off, we're going to give it back to Alexic. We fake shot and then over to Odger. Odger then comes back inside, gives it to Alexic. He turns with it and gives it into Ryan Jack. Ryan Jack then runs with it, goes by his man, goes by Jamie Walker, he gives it back to Lee Wallace. Lee Wallace into Alexic. Alexic gives it into Odger. Just patient build-up play here as it comes over here to Edwards, waiting for the overlapping run of Tav. Distracts the defenders, goes in the middle, has a shot, and puts that one posting in. And the overlapping run from Tav is what made that goal, because he took one of the defenders out of the way, they got distracted, and Edwards went straight into the box, and they just couldn't get near him at all. And yeah, it was a good goal by Edwards. He's really racking in the goals for us. As you can see, the run for Tav took the defender away, and another defender dived in, or kind of committed himself a bit, and it was an easy finish for Edwards. Or it was posting in, good finish, but a great ball over to Osblees. I think that was Ryan Jack that played it. Osblees now into the box, does that skill move, I don't know what it's called, gives it to Morelos, over to Alexa, she has a shot, and yeah, that was a bit to me, to you type stuff. And yeah, it was just Alexic got the goal with the back post. Just kept on passing it across to get the clear angle. Morelos, I definitely could have hit that with Morelos and scored, but just to make sure, it was Alexic to put that one home and put us 4-1 up and get the final result of 4-1. So that's a good result against Hearts. I think we beat them quite heavily at home last time, but yeah, that's another good result against Hearts, and we're into the next game against Hamilton. So this is starting 11, pretty much the same, but we're going to play Bierman instead of Wallace, and Candace on the left wing instead of Osblees. And apart from that, it's all the same team. So away to Hamilton in the Cup. Last episode, I believe we beat them like 4-1. So hoping for the same outcome this game, as Odger in the middle of the park. He goes by McKinnon, I think that is. He then plays it over on the left side to Candace. Candace on his left foot, he does a Ronaldo chop, cut it back to Odger. Odger has a shot, and the defender was, I don't know what he was doing there, he was just sitting staring at Odger. But you'll see from the replay as Odger is celebrating, like the defender just got nowhere near him. It was a decent pass back, good play by Candace down the left hand side. But as you can see, Candace in the box, Ronaldo chop, good Ronaldo chop, plays it to Odger, and it just kind of rolls, like it rolls kind of behind Odger, and he somehow gets, I don't know how no one tackled him there. But anyway, Edwards on the ball now on the right wing. Cruyff turn onto his left, swings it in, back post where Candace is, defender clears it off the line. Hamilton on the ball at the edge of their own box, loses out, comes to Candace, he gives it to Alexis, she has a shot, but it's a simple save by the keeper. And now Edwards on the ball, running through the middle, he gets tackled and outstrengthed by the Hamilton defender or midfielder, and we go into the break 1-0 up, and it's a decent result. We haven't had too many chances, and Hamilton just, I don't think they've had one chance, but from kick-off it is McKinnon on the ball in the midfield for Hamilton. Bousson gets it, gives it back to McKinnon. McKinnon then turns with it and gives it up to Boyd. Boyd turns Cardoso and runs into the box with it, plays it over to Bingham, and he puts that one by Wes Foderingham in goal and gets Hamilton straight back in the game. And I really wasn't expecting that. That's like their first attack of the game, and it was straight from kick-off. They worked it well, we couldn't get near them, and Cardoso got too tight to his man, and that's a good ball by the player for Hamilton. Good finish by Bingham. But anyway, now we've got the ball, Morelos on it, he gives it through to Alexic. Alexic going one-on-one with the keeper, smashes it, and 9 times out of 10 that would have went in, but Morelos gets the rebound. It's not really a rebound, he just picks up the pieces, swings it in, and Candace is there with the header at the back post. In the 55th minute we're back in front with a 2-1 scoreline, and Candace with his first goal in quite a while, but he's still got quite a good goal tally for this season. As Morelos with assists, I think he's the top assist man in the squad and in the league, and probably the cup, maybe not the cup. But anyway, it was a good goal and well worked by Morelos and Candace. But anyway, Alexic on the ball now, plays it over to Edwards. Edwards with the shot. It works out as a pass to Alexic, who taps it in for a 2-goal cushion for us. And Edwards, yeah, it was a good shot slash pass. It was just kind of it was a good ball over, so I was like, I'll hit this, and it worked out well. It ended up being a terrible shot, but it ended up being a brilliant pass to Alexic, who read the play well and got in there for a tap in. But Hamilton from kick-off, Gonzalez gets it, gives it into Donati. Donati turns and gives it over to Skondras, who in real life I don't rate at all, especially against Rangers in that game. But anyway, on to this game, and it comes to Bingham, who bangs in his second. So yeah, I was just talking about the real life. I always do this and just go away onto real life Rangers rather than staying on this. But I don't know if any of you watched the 4-1 game, Rangers versus Hamilton, just a couple of weeks ago, but the defence for Hamilton is the worst defence I've ever watched, honestly. But anyway, Odger on the ball straight from kick-off, and that is 3-2 to us. Hamilton straight back in the game again, but Tav on the ball, he gives it in the middle to Morelos. Morelos turns with it, he gets tackled, comes to Odger, he gives it to Ryan Jack then goes onto his right foot, tries to pass it through to Morelos, but he can't, gives it over to Bierman. Bierman then gives it in the middle to Morelos, he can't get it, he was making a run away, but Bierman gets the tackle in, plays it through to Morelos. Morelos finally getting it, and that's what happens when Morelos gets it in the box. He puts it into the back of the net, and there must have been like 3 or 4 times we tried to actually get it to Morelos, but couldn't, and the one time we did, it ended up in a goal. So that's that was good to lose the ball, win it, lose the ball, win it, lose the ball, win it. Obviously we don't want to lose the ball, but to win it back is really good. And it was coming from the midfield, like Ryan Jack and Odger. Odger is definitely the cheap Kante. Like Samuel Chan, he told me in the comments, Odger is the cheap Kante, and you can just see it, he definitely is. But anyway, Bingham almost getting a hat-trick if it wasn't for Wes Foderingham with a great save. And Watson now on the ball, turns his man brilliantly and puts that one into the bottom corner. And Watson is looking like a good player. The only problem with him, he's got 1-star skill move. Like, come on, even me in real life, I don't have 1-star skill move. Like, how can you have 1-star skill move? Like, that's like a ball roll and that's all you can do. I don't understand that. But anyway, he can do a dummy, so he done a dummy and put that one into the bottom corner. It was a good finish, but yeah, Osbley's now running with it in the 90th minute. He gets tackled by Skondras, and then Skondras punts it up, and that's going to be full time, and that's going to be us through to the semi-finals. And I wonder who we're going to get. I think it's either Celtic, Hearts, Aberdeen, or I don't actually know the other team, but the other team are through and Celtic are through. It's just between Hearts and Aberdeen for the final semi-final place. But we do our training, as you can see. I think I've got Bierman, Odger and Edwards in there, and it's working well. Monthly scouting update was pretty useless. I might get another scout because we've only got one and he's not doing too well. I mean, we're in February or March and we've only got 4 players in the youth academy. One that we actually signed in Watson, and he's a good player. But into this game, the Old Firm. What a game to end the episode, and I'm sorry it's not live com. I mean, I would prefer to do these live com, but just the way it's working out, how I'm busy and all that, just it's better for me to do post com. But I will do live comms coming up. But anyway, Alexic with a header, and it was a simple save for Craig Gordon, and we pretty much went with the same team. I think we pretty much did. Candace starting on the left wing, as he has it on the left wing, swings it into the back post. Edwards is there, Craig Gordon parries it, and I was wanting Alexis to get in on the rebound, but he couldn't. He got a slide tackle in, but it wasn't enough, and Celtic cleared. But Tierney on the ball now. He passes it back. Odger intercepts but loses out. Dembele then headers it onto Brown. I think, no, that's Stuart Armstrong, not Brown. Stuart Armstrong gets the rebound himself. He gives it back to Colasi. He turns with it and gives it back to Armstrong. Armstrong back to Colasi. Up to Roberts. Roberts then back to Armstrong. Armstrong over to Gamoa. He gives it into Armstrong. He swings it into Sinclair and he headers it straight at Wes. And that's a simple save. But Alexis now on the ball, driving at the defence, plays it through to Morelos. I thought it was offside, but we play to the whistle, go through it into the box, have a shot, and that one clipped the bar. So unlucky from Morelos, just a wee bit under, and that would have went in right in top bins. But Lee Wallace now on the ball, on the left side. Colasi just can't get anywhere near him. Lee Wallace is great for bombing down the wing, but he gets it, gives it into Morelos. Morelos to Alexis, she has a shot, but that's a pretty simple save for Craig Gordon, and Craig Gordon's just going to punt this one up, and that is going to be half time. So we're going to the break 0-0, and it's kind of an even game as both teams are putting on pressure and putting on attacks, but no clear-cut chances. As Edwards now on the ball, he cuts inside of his man, has a shot, but it gets blocked, and that goes out for a corner. And that must be Edwards' like specialty, just cutting in on the left, because he's cutting on his left, he's really good at it. But from the corner it comes out to Edwards once again, cut inside on his left, has a shot but it gets blocked, and then Lee Wallace making an overlap and run. Edwards gives it to Wallace, he's got Kouassi on him, he does a Cruyff turn, and I was actually waiting for him to commit so I could go back on Wallace's left, but it doesn't matter because Wallace with a great ball in with his right foot, straight to the back post where Morelos was, free header, and as you can see, like, I was waiting for the man to come in so I could get it back on my left, but I was like, he's not coming, swing it in with the right, and what a goal it was. A free header at the back from Morelos, and that's us 1-0 up. But Celtic piling on the pressure with Dembele and Sinclair on the left side. Tab on Sinclair, but Sinclair cuts inside, gives it to Dembele. Dembele then gives it into, I don't know who it was that had the shot, but it was a great save by Wes Foderingham and keeping us in the lead as Fiatchenko on the attack, and it actually came to Dembele. He had hit it on the volley and hit the post, and that was unlucky for him. But Osbley's on the ball down the left side. Rogers just gets absolutely nowhere near him as Osbley's got time down this left side. He does a roulette inside to Kouassi, and then just keeps on going, nobody's tackling him, over to Odger, over to Bierman, and Bierman bags his first goal for Rangers, and what a time to get it in the Old Firm in the 89th minute to secure the win for us. And as you can see, great work from Osbley, he just walks by his man, over to Odger gives it to Bierman. It was kind of like the goal against Hamilton, I believe. Oh, no, it was Hearts, the last goal against Hearts in the first match this episode. But as you can see, the game actually mocks up. It thinks that for the first stage, 33 games is all the season is, and it thinks that we've won the title, but we haven't, because there's still 5 games after. But anyway, that's going to be the end of the episode. If you did like it, please leave a like, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.